Look at the light. Hello. It was 19 degrees on Friday. 19 degrees! Yes, it was gorgeous on Friday. It was so nice. It actually felt like a proper spring/summer day. You don't get very much of this around here, I can tell you that much right now. Although it's beautiful right now too. Look at the light. Look at it. Anyway, welcome to Super Sammy Sundays. I'm actually really excited about this week's video. It's going to be really good. This week's video, I'm going to talk to you about all the games that I used to play. Tag you're it! Not that kind of game. I mean the kind of games that I used to play on the old Nintendo and Sega! Brace yourself for the unusual and the amazing. In the 90s there was a lot of like kids shows like Tasmanian Devil, Sabrina Teenage Witch and just loads of odd stuff that you don't even really get today. And they all basically made games out of those. So yeah, it was kind of an odd thing for them to really go through and all I'm going to say to you is we wasn't quite as evolved as today's computers, so just brace yourself on how crappy the effects probably are to you, but they were pretty amazing to us. From Looney Tunes there was Tasmania, which was from the show back in the 90s, early 2000s maybe, I'm not sure. And you had to spin yourself around and I'm trying to remember what the plot of it was. You just basically went on a sort of adventure, but the weirdest thing was these like stone, I can't even describe what they are, they were like these stone animal things that used to come after you, and every time you got near them like this music came on and it really freaks you out. Then there was Street Fighter, and that was really cool because all these fighters, they weren't your usual people kind of fighters. Some of them were animals and some of them were like some sort of gods or whatever, and there was like this guy that could like, when he punched you, he like stretched his arm out all the way out and it was crazy, and his leg. It was really weird. And there was this freaky sort of animal one which was green. If you see like the new Street Fighter today, it's much more improved, but back then it was freaky to look at, and he could like electrocute you or something. It was really weird. How'd they come up with this stuff? It was brilliant, but it was weird without a doubt. Tomb Raider was a big thing at the time. Yeah, I think everybody like just ran out and got that game. As soon as the film came out for it, everybody ran out and got that game. And all I can really remember, I mean I didn't really play it because I was actually quite scared to play it. Scared to play the game. All I ever played was the like training course part, and the creepiest part about that is that when you entered like the house or the mansion wherever she lived, the butler would follow you around wherever you went. Whoever designed that part, you're kind of creepy. And then you had Mortal Kombat, which was actually surprisingly really cool. I never personally played it myself, but I watched my brother and my friend's brothers play it quite a lot. And I don't know what it was, but it was just like a memory that I really liked. You know, it was just like fun to hang around with them and watch. Me as a kid, watch all these horrible deaths and fatalities that they used to have.
Finish her!
Yeah, all the characters weren't all just human either. I suppose they were a bit like Street Fighter. I mean, in this you had really cool characters like Sonya, Kitana, Raiden, Sub-Zero, and you had Reptile, which was quite lethal actually, and Johnny Cage. It was very cool. And then you had Super Smash TV, where all you kept doing was really pressing that button until you could defeat the boss until the end. Your finger would probably be numb, or your thumb would be numb from keep like pressing the button, but really it was about collecting all the points too.
I'd buy that for $1.
Getting a bit more softer here, not so much of the kill and la 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 la. I remember playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Turtles in Time! It was brilliant! Really brilliant. You know, funny stuff would happen, like if they fell down like a sewer hole or something like that, you'd hear them scream something like, "Get me out of here!" All these catchphrases that would just come up, that was so cool.
Pizza time! Oh, shell shock! Cowabunga!
And when you're fighting, the best part was that if you press the right button, I can't actually remember what button you press now, you could actually throw your enemies at the screen, and it was so cool. Narrowing it down to something a bit more girly now, I suppose. It was so much fun, but me and my brother used to play on this game all the time, so it was really cool. And that was, brace yourself, it was Mickey and Donald Duck's World of Illusions. What? All these cool video games you've mentioned and you come up with that? But yeah, it was actually really cool because it was all about them being magicians and them going into like these different worlds, which was obviously worlds of illusions. And it was just really much, it was just a lot of fun, and you would just recognise certain characters all the way through it, and you actually use some sort of like cape, like a magician, to like get rid of the baddies, you know, just sort of like a... And when you did that, they turn into like butterflies or bees or whatever and just flew away. Yeah, nothing violent unless this is Disney after all, supposedly. There was all just like these really fun levels to go to, and just the sound effects that went with it were hysterical, really. My last and final game that I'm going to reveal to you, although there were so many, is the one that I played on the most, and I absolutely loved it as a kid, and it just literally filled up a huge chunk of my childhood, and I just loved playing on it because it was just so much fun, and that was Bubsy. Yes, Bubsy the cat. Why did I like this game so much? Are you kidding me? He's a cat for one. So you play a cat that collects colourful yarn balls and you save the world from aliens. Now before you give that an eyebrow lift, did I mention the fact that he flies? He flies or glides or does something. And to top it off, he really makes you laugh all the way through it. I mean, if he died or whatever it was, passed out from touching one of the aliens, or if something bumped into him, he'd like faint or crack into 100 pieces, and if he jumped from a really high place and like squished himself, he turned to sort of like a spring or something, and he just like look at the screen and walk off like that. You know, that was what was so cool about him, and I absolutely loved it. You know, there was this part where he would just like fall down this like waterlog thing, and you'd see him travel all the way through it and hopefully land on dry land. You're hoping for that. And at the end, he would just like stand there, he'd just look at the screen all soaked, and he would shake himself off and then look at you as he just like, all his fur would just puff out. And it was just so good. It entertained you all the way through, and it was just a brilliant adventure. I absolutely loved it. I think one day when I'm rich and well off, I'll actually play that game again. Bring back the memories. Bring back the memories. Thank you to the creators that made Bubsy. So, I hope you've enjoyed this week's video of Super Sammy Sundays, and I'll see you next week. Bye!